What's next on the moon? An apex body and digital ID to rule us all. So this is the next phase of what's coming. United Nations recently published 3 new policy briefs to provide more detail on certain proposals contained in our common agenda, the UN Secretary General's vision for the future of global cooperation that will be decided at the Summit of the Future in September 2024. These briefings, a global digital compact, reforms to the international financial architecture, and the future of outer space governance, sets out a chilling course for our future. Among the proposals are a new apex body in charge of the entire financial system that will enhance its coherence and align its properties with the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, and this could, according to Secretary General Antonio Guterres, be done through a biennial summit between the Group of 20, Economic and Social Council, the Secretary General, the heads of international financial institutions. This will further integrate the G20 with the United Nations into a body that can be described as an Economic Security Council. It also seems like a perfect nest for the apex predators that runs the international banking system. A vital part of the agenda is also digital connectivity and the establishment of a global digital compact. This can be described as a cybernetic organ consisting of a digitally connected network of people, entities, devices, and things that easily can be directed by those who run the system. In the policy brief, it's, for example, explained how digitization will help to achieve the global goals. The suggestion happens to be very similar to what World Economic Forum and PwC prescribed in their report Unlocking Technologies for the Global Goals in 2020. A digital ID is a cornerstone in this work and is, among other things, seen as a way to reduce poverty, and this may, however, come at a cost. In the UN Secretary General's high-level panel on digital cooperations, report Age of Digital Interdependence from 2019, it stated that the digital ID can help unlock new opportunities that can also introduce new risks and challenges. They can be used to undermine human rights, for example, by enabling civil society to be targeted or selected groups to be excluded from social benefits. And you'll get your social protection coverage if you don't comply with vaccinations or other measures introduced to achieve the SDGs. Will you get your social protection? Probably not. This can later be fused with the social credit system and central bank digital currency CBDC, which is now being introduced and tested in many countries across the world. To receive your daily bread, you have to obey and accept the instructions from the masters that run the show. If the UN declares a planetary emergency, this will have severe consequences for our freedoms. And in the policy brief, a global digital compact, the authors truthfully are mentioning the rising inequality after the pandemic. Digital technologies are accelerating the concentration of economic power in an ever smaller group of elites and companies. The combined wealth of technology billionaires, $2.1 trillion in 2022, is greater than the annual gross domestic product of more than half of the group of 20 economies. But it seems that United Nations has a somewhat peculiar way of solving this problem. Not only do they strive towards digitizing everything, they have also partnered with big tech in order to achieve this. The UN Security General's high-level panel on digital cooperation was led by Melinda Gates from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. According to the bio, Melinda helped develop many of the company's multimedia products during her time at Microsoft, and tech billionaire Jack Ma from the Chinese Alibaba Group. This comes with assistance from young global leaders like Mohammed Al-Gerwani, chairman of the high-tech Mecca Gathering World Government Summit in Dubai, and Marina Kolesnik, Russian-Ukraine, as well as the generous contribution from the World Economic Forum Center for the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Alibaba developed China's social credit system through their subsidiary Ant Group, whereas Microsoft promotes digital ID in the ID 2020 Alliance, together with Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance, and the ever-so-present Rockefeller Foundation. The United Nations seems to have hired a gang of robbers to manage the bank. These are the trustees of the material universe for future generations, as stated in the Global Business Elite's Davos Manifesto from 1973. Why on earth would these enlightened custodians, quote-unquote, reverse a development that has put more power and wealth into their hands, and now our generous, quote-unquote, tech billionaires are heading for outer space? The last policy brief, The Future of Outer Space Governance, formulates the grand vision of to reestablish a presence on the moon with a way station, a lunar gateway, and the development of a base at the south pole of the moon, as well as conducting a manned mission to the red planet, Elon Musk SpaceX, that is Mars. These are old fantasies from the late 1940s that never seemed to materialize, but their space-based opportunities also highlight the important link between outer space and the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, with the importance of satellite surveillance to track deforestation, monitor protected areas for illegal poaching and fishing, and assess biodiversity challenges, as well as track our every move through the global navigation satellite systems. As WF trustee and climate profiteer Al Gore proclaimed with a giggle in the commercial of the satellite surveillance project Climate Trace, he said, and most importantly, no more hiding, end quote. Are these people in their right mind? How can the construction of a digital world brain really contribute to a greener and healthier planet? Wouldn't it be more efficient to measure to secure peace in the environment on this planet if this megalomaniac elite were sent on a one-way mission to Mars? This is from Truth Comes to Light on Out of Mind 2. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.